Okay, so this morning we're going to discuss the basic of SQL commands, or we're going to discuss the MySQL database, and we're going to implement the copy shop. No, if you have remember the ERD that I have assigned to you to present, so your revised copy of your ERD will be implemented into database. Okay, using the console command. Okay, so we're going to use console command for MySQL for this subject. Anyway, there are lots of editor for MySQL, no, like we have the DB ports, no, studio. So there are lots, no, editor for MySQL, but in this subject we are going to use the console command, so meaning we are going to use the black screen, no, for manipulating the database. So I mean, for creating the database, for inserting data into the database. So all the process that we're going to put into database, so we're going to use the console command. Okay, so this is the starting of my SQL database. So on the core server, enter the command MySQL. So you should then see the MySQL prompt, no? So we're going to use this one, no, MySQL prompt. Okay. So before that, so before we start the MySQL, okay, we are going to check first the the system, no? If there is a MySQL server, okay? So for me, I am using SAM. Okay? So SAM, no? So supposing wala pa ko SAM, no? So if I'm going to look at here in my icon tree or in my system tree, tanaw na ko diha, I still don't have SAM, no? In my tree. So I need to open the SAM, or I need to run the server SAM in order for us to run the MySQL database. So there is a shortcut icon for me for the SAM. Okay, so right there. So these are, no, the requirements that we need to uh, install first to our PC, to our laptop, so before we can run the MySQL. Okay, so we're going to look at what's inside the SAMP. So this is the SAMP control panel version 3.2.4. Okay, so if we can see right here in the control panel, we have here a service, no? So I have Apache and I have MySQL running. So we will know that it is actively running. It's because we have the green background in our service module. Okay, so if you have see, there is a background green. Now if I'm going to stop this service, I click stop button, and then the green background of the module will disappear. So meaning it is not active. If I click again the start button, and then it will have the green background, so meaning it is running. So the service is ready to accept any commands, no? It's ready to accept any instruction. Okay? So the Apache service is for the PHP. Okay, so this is the one that handles the PHP script, no? Apache server. So if you are using PHP for your programming, web programming, you may use Apache, no? You can run the Apache server before you can run the PHP script. Okay, so these two service, Apache and MySQL, is a partner. This is the most common, and there are some development, or most development using these services, Apache and MySQL. Apache for PHP and MySQL for the database. Okay, so they are not connected by default. They are not connected, no? So I have here the question of email. uh, Ingon si Ebimel, kaning MySQL sir, connected ni sa PHP My Admin. Okay. PHP My Admin is the editor, no editor. It's like the console, but it is the editor of the MySQL. So before you run the PHP My Admin, you have to run first this service MySQL para makakonect mo sa using the PHP My Admin. So parehas na siya og console class ang kanang PHP My Admin. It is editor, no? You can manipulate the database, you can change the structure, you can change the table, you can change the column using the PHP My Admin. Okay? You can use also that one. That's another MySQL database editor. Okay? So in our case, in this subject, instead of using PHP My Admin, we are going to use console. Okay? So before we launch the console, let me discuss first the requirements, no? Software requirements. So kani siya. So in my case, I am using SAM, but you can also use WAM. Okay? So how to install and download the SAM? Okay? So you get to the SAM is a free software. So meaning you can download it without license, no, without paying any amount. So you can download it. Okay? So let's move to okay. So you can just type Google, no? You can search it in Google. Okay. Google. So you can type SAM download. Okay? Ano siya? Okay, now you go to this. Okay, sometimes there are websites that show that you can download the SAM, but no, it's not recommended like this one, no? This site sourceports.net, no? So I don't want to recommend you to download the SAM from this site. Okay, you must go to the Apache and Prince.org. So this is the right right uh, this is the right site, this is the right page that you're going to download the SAM. Okay, so when you click this one, SAM download, so there is a lots of option. Okay, so you can download 64-bit actually for the SAM, no? So this one, so this is for Windows, no? There are also installer for Linux, some for Linux and some for OS. Okay, so I guess we are all using Windows, so right here, no? So it doesn't matter if you have Windows 7 or Windows 10, no? You can download this one. Okay, so you have the version PHP version 7.2.34, 7.3.23 for PHP version, PHP 4. So I suggest, no, if you can download the latest one, so it's okay. No, there's no problem. Okay, so any question? Ala ra, why question? Are you with me, class?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Ang
sir.
kanang mas late ko na sir
Yes,
kanang
sir.
about
Yes, do you have question?
7.2.22.
Ebimel, do you have question? Do you have question, Ebimel?
Wala ka, sir.
Wala ra, okay ra, are you following?
Okay, okay.
Okay. So after you download this one, you have to install. Just follow the instruction on installation. So it's very simple. Just click next, 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 next. No? So it's very simple. You all you have to do is to download this SAP. Okay? For those who have PC, you can download. But for those for those who are using mobile, no, I don't have any application yet to recommend, no, kay na ako gipan-testingan but it's not working yet, no. So maybe later I can discover nga na mga apps for MySQL, no, sa cellphone. So right now na ako gipan-testingan but it's not good to recommend kay maybe mo lagi mong cellphone or there are lots of issues, no, so I can't recommend. So sige lang, mag-explore pa ko para na ako ma-recommend for those who are using mobile phones. Okay? Okay, so
Okay,
there
sir.
are also other service for MySQL and PHP. So you can download the WAMP. So WAMP is the same as SAP. Okay? WAMP server download. No, parehas rin sila. You can so don't go to this site, no? So this site is very annoying site, no? If you download this one, there are lots of software that they inserted to your installer. And when you install the right software that you downloaded, there are option that you install like kanang mga antivirus, kanang mga basta it's very annoying kay mo kalitra og install, no, na siya ipang dungag, so ayaw mo og download diri surfports.net, no. So you have to go to the right website for the software. So this one, www.wampserver.com. So this is the right website for the WAMP, no. When you click this one, okay, paspas ra ko class, paspas ra. Okay. So when you click that one, so it will bring you to this page, and then you have to download, no? WAMP server 64-bit or 32 bits. So if your computer, if your laptop or PC is running 32 bits operating system, you have to download the 32 bits installer. But if you're running is 64 bits operating system, you have to download, no, the 64 bits. Okay, so there are lots of version also. When you click this one, okay, so hatag pa ni siya og subscription, no? And then after subscription, it will lead you to download the WAMP server. WAMP server is same as SAMP server. Okay? So don't be confused. They are the same. When you click the when you install the WAMP, it will also have a control panel like this, no? And there is Apache, there is MySQL. So never mind the other like FileZilla, Mercury, and Tomcat. So we don't want to use these services, no? So this is for other purpose, like FileZilla is for FTP or file transfer protocol. Tomcat is for Java, no? Java web service. So we don't use Java, so we don't want to activate this one. Okay? So just these two uh, services that we need to use, no? Apache, no, maybe later if we are going to develop application using PHP and with the database MySQL. So we need to turn on this services. Okay? Question before we proceed. Do you have any question before we proceed? Napay pangutana? Class? Wala. So supposing wala. Yes?
Wala rin, sir.
Wala. Okay. Anyway, I recorded. Let me check kung nag-record ba ni. Okay. No, it is recorded. So, after this discussion, maybe you need it for your project. I'm going to upload this one to the link for this discussion. I'm going to upload to our classroom. And then you have to review it if you want. So it is in I'm going to upload this one to YouTube, and I will put the link to the classroom. So I'm not going to put the whole movie to the classroom because it's going to the classroom ang limited ang ihang space, no? So I need to upload it to YouTube and just copy the link, and then you can click the link and watch the tutorial, watch the whole discussion, no, review the whole discussion using the YouTube. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so as what I had told you, we're going to use the console application for this PHP, for this MySQL database. Okay, so where's the console anyway? No, so to activate the console, you have to press the Windows R. Okay, so if you are if you are now facing to your PC or laptop, you can look for the key Windows. Kana na yung Windows key diya sa inyong keyboard. That's the Windows key. Okay, it is in line with the control and alternate, no? Okay. So na ay Windows diha nga logo. That's the Windows key. You have to press that one. Windows, hold the Windows key and then press the letter R. So Windows R, no? And then when you um, completely click the Windows R key, it will appear, no? The run command, no, will appear. Okay, and then you have to type cmd, okay, cmd and hit enter, and then the command prompt or the console or the prompt, no, will appear. So there is a black screen that appear in your screen. So are you seeing now my screen, class?
Yes, sir.
So there is a black screen that appeared to my screen. This is uh, the prompt, no? We call it Windows prompt, no? Before we call it DOS prompt, no? But right now we're in Windows, we call it Windows prompt. We're in this console, in this window, there is no icon that we can click. All we have to do is to type in the instruction that we give to the computer. Okay, so right here in my console, so I have launched to the, okay. So before that, so let me clear that when we are using the console, so all the folders like this folder, this is folder, in terminal we call it as directory. Okay, so in Windows we call it folder because there is a GUI, there is an image or there's an icon like a folder that in when we click this one, this will open in Windows. But right here in console, in prompt, we don't have any icon to represent the command. All we have to do is type in. And when we open the folder, we call that one, we open the directories. Okay? So right now we are inside the directories, we are inside the drives, no, drive C. So if you have notice, we have here the C colon backslash users and backslash KWD. So meaning we are on drive C. Okay, so in our computer we have a lots of drives, no, sometimes there are only one drive, no, only drive C. But in this computer, in my computer, there is three drives, no, drive C, drive D, and drive E. Okay, so right now we are on drive C. Okay, so and we are on the directory users, and then inside the users we are on the KWD directories. Okay, so this is not the right directory for the SAM, no, we need to exit to this directory. Okay, so to exit you just type cd and then backslash. Cd means change directory. Okay, cd backslash, and then when you hit enter, this will go out, no, the current directory that we are in. Okay, now right now we are inside the drive C, or we are in the root, no, directories, so we are in the C. Okay, now in your case, maybe when you install the SAMP, you have to install the drive into the drive C on your computer. So that is why, in my case, I did not install the SAMP in drive C. Okay? So there is a different, no? So maybe sa inyong computer lahi ang pagbutang ninyo sa inyong SAMP, so diri pod lahi. So sa inyo tan-awon ninyo. You have to look for your drives, no? To list all the directories inside the drive, you have to type dir or directory, display the directory or list the directory. When you hit the enter key, it will list down all the directories in your drives. Okay? So right now, my directory, so may bawaan rin ninyo na nga it is a directory because there is a dir, no, listed in here. So meaning it is a directory. Okay? So all the folders or directory in these drives, we're only this one. So we don't see any SAM directory. So I did not install the SAM in my drive C. But in your case, install if you install the SAM in your drive C, so it is possible that the SAM directories will be displayed in here. But in my computer, I did not install. No, I installed the SAM in my drive A. Okay, so you have to look at it, no? So in the drive A, when I display, no, to display all the directories and file, you have to type dir and press enter. So okay, so right now there are lots of directories, no, in this drive. I have here the SAMP, no, directory. So we need to go inside the SAMP. Okay, so we need to go inside the SAMP to how to get inside to this directory. So I need to type cd or change directory, and then followed by the directory name, that we're going to go in is the SAMP. So I type SAMP and then hit enter. Okay, right now to clear the screen, just type cls and then hit enter. So and then I will say okay, right now we are inside the SAMP directory. Okay, why? Because no, if you look at the drives, it is e colon backslash SAMP. So meaning we are inside the SAMP directory. If we are going to list what are inside the SAMP, okay, just type dir or list the directory, and yes, we have a lot of files and directories inside this SAMP. Okay, now we are looking to the MySQL directory, this one. So it is the whole package actually, no? We have the PHP, we have the Perl right in this SAMP, no? Okay, so but we are interested on the MySQL directory. So where is the MySQL? Right, MySQL right here, no? So nara siya, MySQL directory. So since we have MySQL directory, we need to again no get inside to MySQL. So again, you have to type the cd and then MySQL and then hit enter. So we are now inside the MySQL. So we are two directories so far. No, we are on the two directories currently. We're inside on the two directories. Okay, so we are under the SAMP anya napagilain nga directory, it's the MySQL. Okay, so now we are in the MySQL. We need to look at what are the folders or what are the directories inside the MySQL. Okay, so this is the folders inside MySQL, and we need to go to the bin folder. Okay, so this is the bin folder, bin. Okay, so inside the bin, so the program, the MySQL exe or the application of MySQL is located inside the bin, no, directory. So I'm going to get inside to the bin. So again, we type cd and then bin. Okay, so we are now inside the bin directory. Okay, if you have noticed, we have drive E, SAMP, MySQL, and bin. So we are inside the three directories. So under first we have the root as SAMP, and then inside the SAMP we have another sub directory which is called MySQL, and inside MySQL we have another subdirectory, we call it bin. Okay, now inside the bin we look at what are the files inside the bin. So there are lots of files also. Now we are looking for the MySQL exe. Okay, so this one, no, this file. MySQL exe is the executable file that we need to execute, no, to uh, to enter into the database or to enter into MySQL database environment. Okay, so how to enter? Okay, so I need to type MySQL. Okay, and then you have to type negative u. Okay, for the user. So all the database, when you enter into the database environment, you need a user before you can connect it. So to connect it, you just type u or negative u and then followed by the user. Okay, so when I install my SAMP, I did not modify any installation. So this is the default installation. So the default user of the MySQL is root. Okay, root. So if you have password, just type negative p and then followed by your password. Okay, but the default installation of the SAMP uh, MySQL has no password. So when you install, just for the training purpose, so do not put any password yet, no, para di mo mag-trouble. Okay, so tangalan na nato diha, wala lang na siya, blank lang na siya diha, using password blank, no, so wala lang password. And then if I hit enter, it will execute the MySQL exe, and right now we are on inside the MySQL server. Okay, so we will know that we are already in the MySQL server because it will give you a message like this one, no, welcome to the MariaDB monitor. Okay, commands end with semicolon or \g. So your MariaDB connection ID is 8. So there's also the name. Okay, what if kung usbo na nimo ang user? Yes, you can always, no, you can always put the user email. You can always put the user that you want to use after the negative u. Okay? Say for example, utrohon ako instead of root, utrohon ako og say CPC user. Okay? You can always type the CPC user after the negative u. And if you specify the password, just type negative p and then followed by your password. Okay? So, inanara ka sa yun. Okay, for a while class ha. Minom sa tubig.
Balance at ba? Yeah. Okay naman po. October 26. Wala pa sila update.
Kasi update niya online na. Down ito.
Wala yan. Gitawagan niya opisina. Legal man to. Kaya ka to mga unpaid. Ipasa sa legal. So, ang legal, kung saan ipasa, mara pa ilahang. I-ato,
Sasanabi ko ano. Mag-record ka ba na? Okay, so I'm very sorry for the interruption. Okay, where is it? No? So we are now inside the MySQL database. Okay? So now we go to the slides, no? We go to the slides to continue the discussion. Okay, so this is what we are doing. So we type the MySQL and we are in the MySQL prompt. Okay? So MySQL prompt ang tawag ato niya. Okay, so when you end your MySQL session, use the quit command to end. So when we try to end, we are going to use the quit command. Okay, so we type quit right here, and then followed by semicolon, and then hit enter. And okay, we are now quitting. So we are not in the MySQL right now. Okay, so when we go back again, so just type MySQL and then negative u and then the root and then enter. So we are on MySQL environment. So So we're in the database. Okay. So what's the next? Creating the database. Okay, so before creating database, we need to go further for the okay miscellaneous commands. Okay, so this is for the console commands, the miscellaneous. We have the show databases to show all the database on the server. Okay, when we are going to find out, or we are going to discover what are the database uh, in this server, so we need to issue a show database, not to look for a database inside the server. Show tables, this is for to show all the tables of the present database or of the selected database. Show columns from the table, so we need to look at, no, columns is the attributes, okay, tables is the entity. Now if you have remember our ARD lesson, so we are creating entity and attributes. So when we say entity, it is tables. When we say columns, it is attribute. Okay, so drop table is to delete the table, drop database is to delete the database. Okay, so you have to be careful when you are deleting, when you are using the drop command, because drop command is totally delete your table or your database. And if you have data inside in the table, and if you have no backup, so you cannot recover the data inside in it when you drop the table, when you drop the database also. So if you have database and you drop the database, and then if you have no backup, so you cannot redo or you cannot recover all the contents of your database, meaning all the data that is in the database, you cannot recover. Okay, so do not take for granted with this drop command. It's because there are lots of issues with my previous students. No, there are lots of issues and there are lots of experience that the students, no, nag OJT sa software company, and then accidentally nag-practice ni gamit og drop command, si drop table, drop database, accidentally na delete ang database sa company. So good thing na ay backup, but the backup na mga discrepancy, it's because there's a lot of transaction nga wala na
So what if walay backup, sir? Di na nato siya ma-restore
yes,
balik.
you cannot recover if there is no backup because you are using drop command. So if you drop, you have to be careful, you have to be sure, you have to make sure there is a backup, you have to make sure nga walay affected. So be careful, no, sometimes you have to be careful, no. So mag careful jud ka, i-delete man gud niya gud. And when you delete, when you use the drop command, it will not go to the recycle bin, no. So delete na siya recyclable, delete na siya ma-recover. So you have to be careful, no. That is why in my discussion, I need to explain, no. I need to put caution, no, when using drop command. Okay, so mo na siya, no. There are miscellaneous command and there's a lot, no. This is just the common. There's a lot of miscellaneous command for manipulating database. Okay, so before we start again, before we implement this command, do you have any question? Are you confused? What is database? What is tables? What is columns? So clarification lang, basig na mo pangutana, basig na confused diha, para ma-explain ako, no, like my discussion yesterday, no, nagsige kog mention og database, na di ay naglibog, wala siya kasabot og database, unsay nang database. So basin in this class naa say mga naglibog pa, confused pa, what is database, what is tables, what is columns. So these are three these three things very important, no, because we are dealing with these things right now. So you need to have a fully understanding on this, so that if you don't have understand what is database, what is inside the database, what is inside the tables, and what is the columns, and then you cannot proceed with this. I guess you can proceed to the activities, no? Kaya ang atong activities mao mo to maghimo na tag database. Okay? Any further questions? Sige, kinsay naglibog?
Sir,
Yes.
si Kuda sir ba, pag human daw niya ang kanang download sa SAM sir, ni restart yung laptop sir.
Pag human og download ni restart ang laptop,
Oh,
install or download?
isa. Install sir, install.
Okay ra i-restart lang.
Okay sir.
It's okay. Okay. So, what else? Do you have any other questions? Do you have any other questions? Kaya mo proceed nako. Okay. So, I'm assuming that you are all in. You're all understood what is database. So, we'll go to the again, we go to the console. Okay. Now, so we are inside the database environment. So we need to use this miscellaneous commands. Okay. So right now we don't have any database selected because right here in this prompt, no, MySQL prompt, the display is none. So meaning to say there is no database selected yet. And we don't know what are the database inside of this server because we didn't look at, no, we did not show what are the database in this, no. So right now we need to show all the databases in this server. So we are going to use the miscellaneous command, this show databases. Okay, show databases. Okay, semicolon and hit enter. Okay, so right now we have this database. Okay, so we have copy shop database, we have copy blanca database, we have DB clinic database. So all of this in the list are the database. So these are the database. Now if we want to use the database, we need to use the use command. Okay, so use and then followed by the database name. Say I want to use this database, copy shop. Okay. Okay. So use and then type the name of the copy shop. So copy and shop. And then semicolon. Don't forget to put semicolon at the end of your command and then hit enter. So right now we are inside the copy shop database. It's because if you have noticed a while ago, kung wala pa tayo na select na database, wala pa tayo nag-use copy shop, none pa ang display diha. But right now it is copy shop. Okay, the prompt is changed to copy shop. So meaning the current selected database is the copy shop. Okay, and what is the next thing that we need to look at if we are on the database? Okay, so we need to look at what are the tables, no, inside of this database. Okay, so if I say show, again, show tables, okay, and then semicolon and hit enter, it will show you the tables. Okay, so mo ni siya ang mga tables inside of this database. We have customer and we have vendor. Okay, so what else? Okay,
Automatic na siya, sir?
what do you mean automatic? No, we need to create this table. No mo na inyong buhaton sa inyong kanang activity number 5. We need to create. Sige lang mag-create ta ani karon. Okay, mag-create ta og database, mag-create ta og kuan. Example pa ni. Okay? So if we're going to look at the structure or that attributes or the column inside of this customer, we need to use this command, show columns from table. Okay, so mingon ko og show columns, say from, say customer, no, table customer, and then hit enter, hit semicolon and enter. Okay, so it will show you what are the columns inside of this table. Okay, so if you have noticed, this is the customer table, and I am trying to display the structure of this table. So the structure, it means attributes, no? So the attributes, we have the customer ID. So ang iyang data type is integer, and customer name is barcar, and address is um, barcar again, no? So mao na siya, and this is primary key, and this is auto increment. Okay? So right here, okay, you can show, no, and you can always add columns to this table. Okay? So again, so this just I'm showing you what are, no, how to get inside the database and how to display the structure of the table. Okay? So right now, okay, para mahimo ninyo inyong activity number 6, okay, we need to create database. Okay? So to create database, okay, to create database, balik ta diri, okay, we need to use the create database command. Okay? So right here, so I say create database, and then followed by the database name. So whatever name that you want, no, but I need you to be very technical, no. Kung unsay atong mga himuon nga database, kinahanglan it should be similar, or it should be familiar to the contents of our database. Let's say we will say coffee shop. So I would say coffee or coffee shop or whatever, no? Depende ninyo unsa inyong ganahan nga name. For me, no na may coffee shops, dili na pwede mo himo og database ken nga coffee shop kay nanay coffee shop. So just say coffee, no? Just different spelling, and then underscore shop. So the underscore is not it is not by default, it's just the way it is. It is just my style, no? Kung kamo unsa inyong style, pwede ra kopyahon nimo na ay underscore, pa pwede ra pod wala. Okay? So right now I am creating database. So followed by semicolon and hit enter. So may bawa na to og na-create siya, it's because na I message siya query okay nya one row affected. So mean to say nahimo na siya. So if we are going to display the database, unsa nito, show data bases, and then semicolon, hit enter. So nana ang database nga atong nahimo, coffee shop. Okay, so it's not automatic, no, it's to be created. Okay, now when we use this database, so right now it's coffee shop, it's the current database, no, kato atong gi-open ganiha. But if we are going to open the database that we have just created, so I can say use, and then coffee spelling coffee shop, and hit enter, and then okay, so database change na may bawa, and then we are now inside the database that is we just created. Okay, now if we look at the tables for for this database, I guess there is no table yet, no, show tables. So empty, no, empty database pa ni, wala pa ni siya ay table. So we're going to create table for this. Okay, when we create table, okay, we need also to use create, no, create table. Okay, create table, then followed by the table name. Say in our coffee shop nga ARD, we have what we call order, no, order, di ba? We have order. Okay, and then followed by the parenthesis, and say order
Details.
ID, order ID. Okay, and the data type. There are a lots of data type for the MySqL. Okay, so it is not in my slides, but I want you to look at, no, what are the different data types. No, I'm going to open the PHP local to open the to check if your Apache is working, so you have to type localhost. Yeah, mao na ni mo gawas. So nana din diha. If I click the PHP my admin, this will show you. Okay? Okay, so this is the PHP my admin, no? Makita na to atong gibuhat, no? Coffee shop. So mo na siya. If we try to look at it, wala pa siya ay database. Ang katong coffee shop, na siya ay database, no? Pwede na to ni gamiton, but right now we're going to use the console. Okay? So to ari lang ta, to look at the different, no? Different data types, no? I'm showing you the data types lang, okay? So let's say for example, mag-edit ko, okay, edit, okay. Ari ko sa structure, change. Okay. So to show you the different data types, no, that are available in MySQL, no. So this one, we have int, we have varchar, we have text, okay, and we have date, and this one, no. For the numeric, we have tiny int, small int, medium int, we have big int. For the real numbers, we have decimal, we have float, we have double, we have real. And for the boolean, we have bit, we have boolean, we have serial. Okay, for the date and time, we have date and time, we have timestamp, we have time, and we have year. For the string, so mo ni siya, no? Oh. For the string, we have car. No, car is character. So for varchar, it is also a character, no? So you need to limit. For the tiny text, we have text. No, for the text, no, if you want to store a lots of text, no, let's say for example, text nga multiple pages like 10 pages, 20 pages, you have to use the text or medium text, long text, no? So long text is mao na siya, no? Daghan kay siya masuod nga character. It's 4 gigabytes ang masuod ani niya, no? Long text to taas na kay ni siya. So medium text, I guess it's only a 16 megabytes ra. 16 megabytes. Yes. No? So dili kay siya dako, no? If you want to use if you want to store images, you have to use the blob, no? Blob. You have also geometrical database, no? So like lines, point, line string, polygon, multi-point. So if you are going to deal with mapping, so you can use the spatial, no? So you can use this one. And you have also the JSON format. JSON. You can save JSON to MySQL. Okay? So mo na siya ang mga data types nga available sa MySQL. Okay? So balik ta diri in creating table. So I'm showing you what are the data types, because when you create table, you need to specify the data types. Okay? So like this one. Order ID, okay? Order ID, and say ID is an integer, right? So and then say not na lang. Okay? Not wala lang sa diretso lang, ano lang, para simple lang, may buhat yun ninyo. Later na lang na nato ipang alter, no? Alternate or alter. So order ID, o sa ganito, you have the customer ID, integer gihapon. And we have the, sa ganito, we have the vendor ID. So vendor ID, okay? And then integer gihapon, okay? And then we have the unsa man to siya, we have the transaction date. So let's say transaction ano lang, transaction date. Ano na ko, transaction date is date, say date and time. So pwede na ko lang tangag date and time. Okay? And then what else? Amount. Your amount is unsa man nga data types ang amount. It's a real, no? So na siya point. So tanaw na to diri sa atong kuan unsa tong mga point. We have here the decimal. So I can use decimal, I can use float, I can use double, no? So pila man yung double, pila may capacity ani, it is maximum number digits 60 10 maximum o so na siya precision ano no, fixed point number. So yes, it is okay to use the decimal or the double. So I can say here double. Okay. So right now I can close this, okay, and then semicolon, and when I press enter it will create the table. So what we have type in here, we have the create. It is the command that we issue, no, para maghimo ta og table. So create and then table. It's because we are going to create table, and then order, no, and then the attributes that we are created is order ID, data type is integer, customer ID, data type again is integer, vendor ID and data type is integer, transaction date, the data type is date and time because we need to capture the date when it is transacted and also the time for transaction and the amount. Okay, so this is just the example, no? When I hit enter, okay, there's an error. Say like error. I guess date and time. Sayang error. Order ID. Manual corresponds to MariaDB version, right? Create table order. Order ID. Amount. Double. Sakto man. Date. Time. Again. What error is here? Integer si na lang siya. Null, kung tanga na tug null. Hindi siya musugot ug wala siya null, and then it's na lang sa transaction date. Double. Error, you have an error. Pawahay lang nato ng date ug kuan. Kana lang sa create table order. Ano mara kung dali integer error lagi siya mo create table order say order ID and semicolon. Ano may error mo siya? You have error. Create table order. Ano mo? Create table order.
Deep, huh? How easy. Coffee.
Create table order. Okay, so let's try to look at the syntax. Sakto man akong syntax, kano may error lang siya. Use database and then miscellaneous, deleting. So ano na natin deleting. Creating table. So this is the syntax of creating table. You have the table name. So the table element, the table option, constraints name. So example right here. Create table int part name varchar not null. So sakto man akong gibuhat. Create table. Okay, o paganita nagbuhat og primary key. So again, i-clear sa nako screen ni. Clear sa nako screen ha. Quit sa ako para mas quit. Okay. Okay. So show databases. Use coffee shop. Show tables. Wala. Create to table, say order, semicolon, and I say order ID. Nya mingon ko og and kana lang. What happened to you? Na mo ko'y database. Create table, order ID, integer. Tanga na to og not null. You have di na ko kahimo lagi. Nahimo man din ako itong niagi. Order ID, integer, not null. Sakto man. Part, int, not null. Sakto man akong gibuhat. Copy. Customer ID. And you have error syntax, use manual. Create tables. Tangan to guys. Lagi ko create pag-create to ng table. Naala na ako eh. Create table. Anya table name order. Throw na ko on shop order. Say order ID and ano siya sugot kalit lang ha. So let me open the ano din siya sugot dito. Ari ko ko class. Try lang ako. I'm just curious also. Ano din siya sugot. Let me try to use my editor. So this is the editor that I'm using. Okay. So right now our coffee shop kani nga database. If I make okay, so nako diri. So mo ni atong gigamit coffee shop. So bingon ko create table. Nga mingon ko og table name order. Nga mingon ko og order ID in. Okay. Nga mingon ko og are you seeing my screen now, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have a lot of trouble. I-try nato sa lain. Customer ID. So parehas ra gyapon siya, no? Int. Nya I supposing ka na siya. Nya i-execute na ko siya. Okay? So execute na ko. Oh my god. Nadyo ko'y problema. And basin si 11. Mga siya size 11. Again, execute. Error yapon. Create table order 11. Si not null. Kani siya null. Okay. May error yun siya. No, to. Create table. See the table is order. Mo naman na siya. Parehas naman. Create table. Copy shop. Create. Isang sugot o kaartini. Create table. And then execute. Create table. Say coffee underscore shop. Order. And execute. Okay. Ka-RT. Okay, so balik na ta dire, no? I figure it out. So, okay. Right here, if we are going to show tables. Enter. So, na order. So, when we're going to delete that one, no? Just use drop table at deleton kay magbalik tag buhat. Drop table order. Okay? Yeah, enter. Error na po siya. Or RT lagi siya. Mingon pa ko og database name. So coffee shop dot order. Yan. So mo na siya butangan nimo og kuan pwede ra man tag wala na siya. So mingon ko og show tables. Show table. Buwang. Show tables. So wala na. So kung magbuhat ta og balik, mingon ko og create same ra gyapon to kaniya ning error, create table. And then we need to use the instead of table name, we need to mention the database name. So sa to yung database name na to, coffee and then underscore shop, which actually pwede rin na siya o wala, no? Mga previous wala, no? Because we are already in this database, so wala rin siya. I don't know, maybe I change the configuration for my project. So and then say order, okay? Then say for example order ID and then integer and then say not null. So dili siya kinahanglan inig sud na to og data naagid siya inig insert na to naagid siya dili siya pwede mablangko. So not null. And yamin ko og customer same ra gyapon integer niya pwede ra siya null, no? So for example lang then hit semicolon, hit enter and hula. Okay, so wa siya ning error, no? Naka-create siya og table. Okay? So when we show table, oh my god. Show tables. Nanatay order. And mayong ko og describe order, describe ano man ni siya nga nagkinuan man, describe. So I guess I changed the configuration, coffee underscore shop and then dot the table name none. Okay, na siya. Okay, so it will show the description, it will show the structure of the table. So just the same with the miscellaneous ganiha. Sana tong miscellaneous na to kani show columns from table. So pwede ra sa to siya, pwede ka maingon show columns from kaniha ningon ko from order. I guess mo error na siya kay wala na to gigamit ang database, so na-error yun siya, no? We need to use the data, we need to put a copy underscore shop that order, double P ang shop. Yan, gawas na siya, mo okay siya. Okay, well actually the normal wala gina pwede ra dili butangan og database diri dot si database niya dot order dot table. So it's normally the default is pwede na wala dili ni siya i-apply like what I did, no, kato ni error ganiha because we are already in this database. But right now maybe I changed the configuration, so we need to use the database. We need to put database, no, in order to execute. So kana siya. Question
Sir,
class.
para ni console sign, unsa na level? Sa type sir ba?
Kani?
Wala mo tayo gibutang ato sir?
Yes, automatic na niya. It's by default ang integer ang size niya is 11.
Yun na siya gikon.
11 by default. Ang size niya is 11. Okay, question? So far? Question? Walay question? So, inana lang. Muna inyong buhaton, okay? So, you're going to create the database, no? Based on your presented, no? And revise ERD. You're going to create that one. So, using the command that I gave you, no? So, create table, create database. Okay. So, if you have no computer at home, you can write your command in a bond paper. That's okay. That's good. That's fine.
Di may kakita sa mong error.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay as long as you type in, you created, no? So mo na, no? That's the purpose nga nung mogamit ko og console. It's because all the things that we need to process is typing in. So parehas ra pud ta og nagsuwat sa ballpen sa ato ang bond paper, no? Kay kung arita dire like this one, no? I will not show you. No, kung mag-create ko og table diri, I don't want to create in uh, typing, no? I can just say table, right click, new table, and right here maingon ko og say customer. Ano din ko customer? Unya maingon ko diri og kanang say customer ID. So siya na maingon ko primary key, automatic na niya. Maingon ko auto increment. Okay. Not null na automatic. So wala na ko nag-type ana na siya primary key. Mingon ko og si last name. So wala na siya dita type dayon barcar. Mingon ko not null. Okay na dayon. So mao ra na siya. Kung wingon pug ko ari pug ko sa kanang PHP my admin, it's same thing. I-click ko new, nada yun. Mingon ko og ano na vendor diha no. Mingon ko og say order details. So mingon din ko data types integer no. Onya length pwede tangan ko 11 pwede wa. So default wa. Pwede ko mingon na yan o order o ko item number integer na automatic na. So ini-create na ko, ini-click na ko save. Oops. Table name de. Mingon ko og si order details. Gina ko go ana. I refresh. Refresh na ko. Nara. Nana ko order details, no? Dali ra kaayo. No nana ko table. So dali ra kaayo. Pero ari diri sa console, no, mas dugay siya kay magsige tag typing. Pero the advantage katong walay mga laptop, walay mga computer, pwede ra gihapon mo makalaboratory, magamit lang mo og bond paper nya inyohang ipas, no? Kay para makita na gihapon ako, makasabot ra gihapon ko, okay, sakto ni, dili, no? The thing is you cannot see your error. But for now, okay lang sana, walay problema. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So, mao na inyohang buhaton, no? Katong walay mga computer, papel lang niya, picture lang ipas. Katunay mga computer, kinahanglan ipakita ninyo nako ang kanisya. Kaning mag-screenshot mo og show tables. Kana. Screenshot na ninyo yung tables niyo. Inyo habang screenshot ang describe say order. Spelling describe. Ano? Kinahanglan pa ko o coffee. Ano man siya? Ay, nibati naman. Dot. Okay. Yan, kinahanglan ko ana, no? Yung butangan. Okay? Okay na? Class, question. Why question? Okay. So the deadline of your activity number 5 will be number 5 ato? Let me check. Number 6 no?
Sir.
Sir.
Activity number 6. Okay, the deadline will be on November
Sir, kanang question, sir.
Yes.
Kan, sir, kanang about sa katong foreign key, sir, ba?
Oh.
Kung saan ito mo, sir? Kanang-
Okay, so next topic na nato. Ipang-alter na nato, ipang-alter. So foreign key is it's okay, no problem for the foreign key. Imo ra nang iparehas sa primary key. Ang primary key you can put primary key actually, no? You can put primary key ginani. Inig ka abot sa last sa imong table ba? Create table man kano. Nakita ka Ibimel? Makita ra?
Sir.
Yes, kana. So after you have type all your table columns, butangan nimo og primary key. Unya imuhang ihatag ang katong imuhang attribute nga imuhang i-primary key. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, so nakita nimo kani? Tanawa okay na ako giingon re primary key unya tanganin mo na yan o kani may akong customer ID primary key mo nako. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Get ra, sir.
Okay, gets ra. Sige, any questions so far? Question. No more questions?
Ato na, sa group chat mo, question, sir.
It's okay. Sa inyo ha, sa inyo hang group chat. Sige na si email mo tubag, wala problema. Sige na email. Og na kay dili masabtan sa ilahang questions, then you can ask questions to me, ha? Maka PM ra ka nako sa Facebook.
Okay, sir.
Floor, nay pangutana?
Wala, sir.
Okay na. Okay na tanan, ha? So, good luck for your activity number 6. Okay? Goodbye, class.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Sir.
Bye. Goodbye.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, welcome.
Sige, sir.
Nakoy ko na. Nakoy